Air sign collective, I am here to deliver a special message for you for the next 72 hours. You all are getting a bonus read. You were the highest viewing elemental collective last month here at Coven. And so you get some special insight in what's coming through your reality tunnel, or perhaps it's a surreal reality tunnel over the next 72 hours. I did get a distinct message coming in for you to follow the white rabbit. And on the tail of that came 6 impossible things before breakfast. I feel air signs that you are meant to tug on your curiosity. You are meant to follow it through, take it down the corridor of the places it will lead you to. You might just pluck a little bit of luck from those spaces you enter, or perhaps you pull off the impossible, perhaps 6 things you pull off that are quite impossible over the next 72 hours and all before breakfast. So it is quite possible that there will be a lot coming through in the small hours late at night for you. Do be live to this. And we're going to dive into this. And this is for any significant air placement. If you have a prominent placement in the first house, well, why is that coming in? Some of you are dealing with an Aries. Might be coming in because Aquarius is going to be up front here, I have to say. Aquarius, it is your solar return. So 11th house, but that was an interesting segue there, okay? An initiation of energy, something that deals with the first house. It's very personal to you. There might be something that really radically gets revamped about you over the next 72 hours, air signs. It's really interesting the way that came in, okay? We also have Gemini, of course, and Libra. Also, if you have a significant placement in any of their houses, the 11th house for Aquarius, the 3rd house for Gemini, or the 7th house for Libra. Also, rising signs, Leo, you are Aquarius descendant, rising sign, Sagittarius, you're a Gemini descendant, rising sign Aries. There's where the Aries comes in. That makes you a Libra descendant. All right, so something really coming in around those who have strong Aries placements. Maybe that part of fire is really forward in your chart. Over these next 72 hours, they do kind of lead the charge. They are willing to be the first out the gate, and maybe the first to follow their curiosity and their impulses and chase down that white rabbit, okay? So that might be the way that's coming in. Also, really pay attention to your first house and all the placements you got going on there, because those energies will be factoring in quite strongly. Now, before I get into this read and we dive into the energy, I did want to follow my curiosity because I have this one leftover fortune cookie here. And I was told, the little birdie told me that I was supposed to crack open this cookie and see what it reveals to us, a little clue about the next 72 hours for the air signs here. So we're going to do that in real time, and you know, you have to eat it if it's going to come true. We're already heading into that kind of like Alice in Wonderland territory. One thing makes you smaller, the next makes you bigger, taller. A little go ask the dormouse energy there, okay? So the details, mouse medicine is about the details, all right? Pay attention. The details will open up new doors for you over the next 72 hours. I also got an interesting song that came in for you all, Hazy Shade of Winter, which was originally by Simon and Garfunkel. and was later done by the Bangles. And there might be a clue there, okay? It does a lot of revolving around time. In those lyrics, there's so much that comes through around the passage of time, the turning of the seasons of our lives. It also talks about things turning around, like it's not too late. You can turn something around. Turn back time is a message that's been coming in a lot lately, so there might be a clue there. That might be one of the impossible things you achieve over the next 72 hours. Interesting. Interesting that should come in. It says it's a good time. Can I get it to focus? To finish up old tasks. Not the best lighting for that red lettering to show up there. A good time to finish up old tasks, okay? Lucky numbers 10, 11, 25, 29, 32, and 39. How auspicious. We just had that new moon come in Aquarius on the 29th. And we have the mirror energy of that moon coming in with the new moon that will be arriving in Aries on March 29th. So perhaps that's why that energy introduced itself. Both carrying the 11 charge, I have to say. Okay. I'm also going to look at these houses. I'm going to break this down numerologically, talking about maybe some lucky connections that could be coming in here. I got Capricorn energy, Aquarius. This could be a very lucky cycle for you. Also, Libra, we got 7th house energy, could be quite auspicious for you as well. And then we have 5 energy there. That's Leo. Okay. Strong emphasis on the Aquarian energy. And 39 breaks down to 12. Okay. So Piscean energy as well as Gemini. That breaks down to your house, the 3rd house. Okay. So nice that all of you were represented here. Okay. So something coming through. It's a good time to finish up old tasks, but there might be something that seems impossible about that is possible. There will be a connecting point with the Aries new moon that comes in. All right, so we're going to dive right into this energy, and I'm going to open up with sort of just getting like an overarching theme of these next 72 hours for you air signs. And I'm going to do that with the herbal astrology oracle here. I kind of feel like getting us a little magical plant ally to act as our guide. So basis of the matter, 9 energy, you know, all those new moons are coming in leading up to that Aries new moon on the 29th of March at 9 degrees. And this as well is the 9 signature with 27 coming in there. So there's some coming into alignment with a little bit of luck with this reishi energy here. But it does require perhaps that we retreat a bit, all right? Pull back the energy, just spend a little time diving down those rabbit holes and see what comes through. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what the overarching theme is here. We already had a couple cards come out there. I'm going to go ahead and follow my curiosity, just take it a little bit further and see what comes through here. Okay, okay, we got a little unicorn energy coming through. So a little magic weaving into the scene. And it might have something to do with finishing up an old task. It comes about in quite an unexpected way with the 37 signature there. There might be some communication coming in around this that's a bit of luck as well, weaving into your world. And this has some kind of wisdom it's activating in your life with rhodiola there. Okay. There's something here too that's coming in around mountain medicine. Mountain medicine is about vigilance. So you have to be on the lookout for this magic, I feel. I feel that's an important piece here. It's almost like retreat into the recesses of your imagination and allow your curiosity to guide you and be vigilant for opportunities to grab magic while it's available, because I feel like these things are fleeting. We look at the tale of Alice in Wonderland, and so much of it revolves around time, feeling like we're late, but then following those sort of impulses, the curiosity to venture down into the unknown of the rabbit hole allows us to transport to many different places and gives us a lot of experiences that seems like a blip in time, and yet all these impossible things become suddenly possible. It's got a little bit of that energy. Let's see what we got here that came out. Ooh, okay, so there is some journeying energy coming in here. And it's quite unusual. It is connected to the South Node. Now, Libra was in the South Node, but the energy just transferred. So now we have Virgo in the South Node, and we have Pisces in the North Node. And yes, this is a little bit of, I have to say, burrowing in that we still need to do. There's some task here we need to complete, okay? And that came in at 11:38. So again, we're looking at 11:11 energy. It may seem like it's delayed. It's actually right on time. You're not late here. And there is a guardian to guide us on this journey. So we do have spirit bringing in some assistance here to close up something that to you air signs may seem like it's a little bit impossible. You might want to offer up some Palo Santo here. I do feel this is like Uranian energy coming in here. It's a little unexpected. It's a little unpredictable. But if you follow that spark of curiosity, you may even be making contact with a special guide that can help you navigate the territory of those underground burrows, have you finding a new way to journey by rabbit hole, I have to say. And with this, we have the beautiful energy of milk thistle here coming in, and milk thistle provides a certain warding as you're journeying into this territory. Also, we know there's certain empowerment coming through here. It's a little bit of sorcery you're working here with the badger medicine, which is really about working with the medicine woman energy here, okay? Something is being cleansed here. And what comes through is a very deep inner strength. With this, we got Mars energy and the moon coming in. Okay, so these are like the planetary influences we're working with. We got peaceful warrior coming in here. All right. This also may be something that at one time there was a lot of fiery emotions around it. There was a lot of heat around this. It's almost like the lunar essence is coming in to sort of soothe and cool everything down and have you entering more a sort of flow of serenity. There's something here that is bringing a certain kind of illumination in this new moon cycle for you. And it really will come into focus over the next 3 days. Yes, it's like some kind of illumination coming in through the lunar essence. There really is something about the nighttime is when it all goes down. And actually, all three of these cards really do feature a sort of nighttime landscape. So spirit, very active. There is a guardian coming into your life. And I do feel that it is for journeying into the spirit realm. And this is to activate a certain strength in you, but it's not a strength that needs to be combative. It's more a real sense of inner mastery and balance. 15 on the clock when that came in may be around something that used to have power over you before, but you're somehow rising above this influence through a certain kind of wisdom you're retrieving from your roots. Okay. It's a reclaiming of a certain kind of magic too here. Very interesting. You might want to work with some of these. You might want to do some smoke cleansing with Palo Santo to help support you over the next 72 hours. If you have been dealing with issues where you have a lot of fire, sort of like really pressurized, held in, that needs to be released, you might want to work with milk thistle. Milk thistle is really good for clearing out all those old residual fiery emotions, anger, resentment, anything that could be lingering. So you can experience this like cooling, soothing energy signature coming in that allows you to be in that place of peace and self mastery. I feel like there's something you're gaining here. It's a bit of magic that you're retrieving from your roots here. And you have a guide, a guardian. There's a lot of warding around this too, protection as this comes in. Okay. Let's do a cut of the deck energy and see what we got here. Passion flower. All right. So again, look, it's like taking in the lunar essence. And look, we got that owl medicine there, and it's coming through as the great horned owl. There's two. Ooh. And we have Neptunian energy here. Very dream time, dreamscape kind of energy. You may be doing a little scrying here. There may be something coming through intuitively for you here. You also may be coming into alignment with a magical counterpart. This is a very interesting message. You may be resolving an old task on the ether I just got. It may be impossible when you look at it only through one perspective, as in it's something that has to go down in waking hours. But I got almost this vision because, you know, with the Alice in Wonderland theme, of course, the caterpillar came through, but I did get the image of the monarch butterfly, and that is real deep ancestral, indigenous and ancestral energy. But it also made me think of the way that, you know, there's different ways to sort of integrate experiences as well to enact transformation. There's that quote, I believe it's by Lao Tzu, where he says he had a dream where he was a butterfly, and it gave him the realization that he wasn't so sure because the dream was so real. If he was a man who had dreamed that he was a butterfly, or if he was a butterfly dreaming that he was a man who had that dream. It's like a blurring of, I'm totally paraphrasing and I'm butchering and I'm butchering it. Okay. I'm butchering it, but I'll try to remember to look up the quote and I will put it in the comments for you. It's got that vibe, like sort of a blurring of the lines of reality in order to handle something that's sort of left undone. There may be two of you that are connecting on this level, and there's like guardianship around this. It's almost like something you're working out on the ether, but I feel like it does create a transformation in your waking reality. But it all goes down before breakfast. Okay? This is what I got. This is what I got. Passion flower also is really good for just massaging any kind of feelings of anxiousness. It really allows you to release and give yourself over to the process. And we do have lucky number 7 energy around this. So again, there's a little luck you're plucking here out of the ether, and something's coming in quite an unexpected way. Ooh, yes. Okay, so now we have Venus on the scene too. All right, so we have Venus and Mars here. So this could be in connection with a very special relationship. It could be something that has its roots in the past. And this is some kind of transformational process here that's bringing in the essence of sort of like the rebirth energy. It's a renewal energy with motherwort here coming in with number 13, power number. Power number. There's a lot of strength here too, though, because we see this like warrior energy. And I think of Venus's day. Venus's day is Friday, and the number 13, Friday the 13th specifically, is Freya's day. And so this is evoking almost that kind of energy to me, like Freya's energy. And Freya does arrive on the scene with a chariot, and her chariot is drawn forward by cats. So it's like there's some kind of secret things happening here. There's a little bit of the mystery that you're grokking here, and that's actually what's carrying you forward into this rebirth cycle. We also have this rose quartz energy in the background too. What's really interesting to me is there's a lot of power here, right? With the great horned owl totem coming in, with the badger totem coming in here, with the energy of the ancestors coming in with Palo Santo, and with motherwort and the energy of the lion, which symbolizes that strength to overcome what was maybe a challenge in the past. But what's really, really interesting to me, and I find curious and curiouser, is that there's so much softening energy around it. It's like really understanding the strength of the letting go, the strength of the giving over, the strength of the vulnerability, the strength of the softening. And it opens up a doorway in your heart. And I feel it's a doorway of opportunity that brings this like renewal energy. It's also your creative energy flowing forward. It's opening up the waterway through you. And it's a harmonization of energies too, with that energy of Mars and Venus there. It's tying up the energy of the whole cycle of Pluto and Libra at the south node there. And it's really aligning us with more of the Neptunian energy that's coming in with Pisces being at the north node. So yes, there's something that perhaps has been a restraining factor that is being cleansed here. It's putting us in a position of strength there. And there's a lot of warding around this, a lot of guardianship, but the way that this is achieved is not in the usual way, and yet it transforms the waking reality, but in such a way that it blurs those lines of reality, and you're like, which is the reality? You know what I mean? It's that hedge rider kind of energy. I like it. I like it a lot, I have to say. Okay, let me get a few more messages here before I go into the individual signs, because I feel like this is energy that the collective can really benefit from, especially with Pluto being in Aquarius and this new time we're moving into. So I felt really compelled to pull out my shadow light cards on this. There's something that's being balanced out here with the 6 of diamonds, something that's overdue. And I do feel it's like this grab bag energy. It's very lucky though, okay? So there's a lot of sort of curiosities coming through here over the next 72 hours. but these are like glamours that you're meant to embrace. They're glamours you're meant to embrace because they're actually like the foundation of how you'll be moving forward into the future here. So you are meant to like press your luck a little bit with this and enter more of a sort of mystical kind of flow, right? This isn't so much about practicalities. It's more about creating the space for the dreamer, for the adventurer, right? Let's see what's coming in here. Give me more details about this. So I do see that you are going to be moving forward here, but you're going to be moving forward in such a way where you have a sense of stability, but it's almost like riding your chariot across the sky rather than it being, on land level here. I got that with that 7 of Hearts energy. It's sort of giving me castles in the sky kind of energy. Castles in the sky being brought down to earth, but the journey begins up in the air, right? But in order for takeoff, there's something you have to balance out. Wow, the way that came out. Yeah, see, there's something that's going to come in here. It's been delayed. And the reason why it's been delayed is there is a need to have some kind of reconnection here, but it can't be possible until the impossible is achieved. You know what I mean? It's like there's something that has to be balanced out, and I see it's happening. It's a little holdover energy from the South Node, and it's like you enter the mystic. You enter the mystic. And it frees this up. It brings you into alignment with an important soulmate. It's been very delayed, but the chariot is coming. It's just, it arrives on the scene in a very unexpected way. Yeah, this is after a time of some great betrayal, loss, maybe even stolen time in some cases. This is something that's being rectified here, air signs. Give me more details about this. There is a little shifty energy around, of course, with rabbit medicine introducing itself. Rabbit can be trickster medicine, right? So we also have to be aware of this aspect too. Okay. Now give me some information, please, Spirit, about this 5 of Spades that we need to shine some light on here, that we need to be aware of over these next 72 hours. And then we'll go ahead and dive into each of the individual signs to see what specific guidance we get here for you. Ooh, okay. We got a King of Clubs also in the crossing position. So this could have something to do with a fire sign energy. And isn't that interesting? Because the fire signs are the descendant signs for the air signs here. So there's an interesting partnership right now happening between air and fire. And that makes complete sense, because in the alchemical process of manifestation, ether air leads and then it moves into the fire energy, and that's what gets things moving. So I feel like you're meant to partner with somebody here, and maybe you're first making contact in a more kind of intangible way here. It could even be a guide. You know what I'm saying? It could be a guide. And oh, that's interesting. I just heard a guide in the flesh. It's almost like a spirit guide manifest in the flesh. That's wild. There could be a fire sign connection here. There could be a past connection that came into, okay? There could be a sense of nostalgia rippling through here as well. Or something that feels like a little dreamy, a little Neptunian, a little fantasy. Yeah, that's particularly coming in with that 13 energy charge. The 6 of Hearts to the 7 of Hearts. And then I see what needs to be balanced out here. is coming in with this 14 energy signature, okay? That's Sagittarian energy. It's what's needed to move us into expansion. It brings in a sense of optimism. It's very much like kind of like journeying on the outer limits there, though. I do feel that, okay? But it moves things forward practically. Like whatever this is, it comes in quite lofty. But soon those castles in the sky, they get rooted down in material reality with the Jack of Diamonds here. And there's loyalty here. There's steadfastness here as well. And there is a brand new beginning, I have to say, with the Ace of Diamonds. This is really good news. This is good news. This is some kind of word coming in here, some kind of message coming in here, some kind of lucky break, opportunity, door to open here. And you may need to be aware of this trickster here, okay, with the Jack of Hearts coming up in the shadow. Okay, there might be a water sign energy you need to be aware of in this case, to just sort of like, you know, have your vantage point there. Remember, everything's about you. Kind of like, it's really wild because this is kind of how it's coming through to me, right? There's all this like talk about rabbit tunnels, but it's almost like you're even going down the rabbit tunnel in a new way. Like you're finding a different, like, sort of perhaps escape hatch from the subterranean realm that allows you to more travel through those same kind of rabbit holes, more like wormholes. Oh, I get it. With the caterpillar medicine coming in. Yeah, you're taking it up into the ether. You're taking it more into that kind of a real creative kachina kind of play space energy, dakini kind of play space energy. This is cool. I like this vibe, all right? That might be also how you can kind of get a view of what these tricky elements are. I don't know. There's something about that. You'll understand it as the next 72 hours roll out. It's sort of like you're getting a different perspective, almost like a bird's eye view or a great horned owl's view, you could say, okay? Let me do a cut of the deck here, see what we got, and then I really want to dive into your individual messages. Yeah, whatever this is, it does progress. So I love the kind of like development of this energy, because we get the Chariot that comes in, right, to move things forward. We know this is the opening of a quest, you could say. This is the opening of a campaign. We're coming into alignment with an energy that is meant to journey with us. There's guardianship around this, and there is something rather fantastical happening here. And there is a real solid opportunity. There's something tangible that is arriving on our path here that allows us to open up this door of opportunity. It grows into the King of Diamonds. So there's a real progression. There will be a continuation here. This is not closing something up and then it's the end of the story. It's quite the opposite. It's more closing up the cycle on a trickster, but there's a need to sort of go about that in a different way that requires you entering surreality. That's what I got. Other side here, yep. It's so there can be a moving away from this energy with the Six of Spades. Six of Spades coming into the light, okay? It's really leaving behind the old timeline and the heavy energy connected to it with the King of Spades coming up in the shadow here. It's a holdover from the old cycle of the South Node that created quite a lot of misalignment here. May have been in relation to a trickster energy. And with that, oh, isn't that interesting? With that, we got the Seven of Clubs in the shadow coming in with the Queen of Clubs in the shadow, okay? So now we got a little information about what we may be dealing with here. Now, this could be somebody who works with a little sorcery. This could be somebody who knows how to wield a wand, knows how to cast a spell, you could say. And this could be somebody who is a bit combative that we need to be aware of here with the 7 of Clubs. But we know we have guardianship here. And it's almost like a face-off energy, the way it's coming out. This is a very long-standing, almost like feud energy. I just heard it's gone on for eons, and it's something that has kept one stuck, but you're about to get the key that sets you free. And where you had a certain desire for wish fulfillment eludes you, and you felt like what would work fell short, and it could have very well been in relation to some workings, I have to say. Okay, particular Queen of Clubs in the shadow. Very entitled to your spot. That's what I got. Trying to avert this coming together. It's an outside influence here that has prevented some kind of victory that's truly yours. There may be a facing off with this energy as well, okay? I know that whenever there's this kind of energy opening up, there's always some kind of initiation that comes with it, okay? So you might have to see through a particular trickster here. I got strong water, strong fire in their chart, okay? Something to be aware of. Somebody who feels very entitled. And there's this real facing off energy, because this is what's happening here. Okay? It's like a face off between this air sign and this fire sign. You know, that's what it's about. This is an old energy that needs to be resolved. And I got there could have been some meddling in relation to some kind of alchemy work here, spiritual work, I have to say. That is my card. It signifies that. It's been blocking a certain birthright inheritance from coming through with the 9 of Diamonds in the shadow. Long-standing feud. Long-standing feud. Very intractable. It's been in place for a long time. For eons, right? But it's to reclaim this alignment that was eluded before. It wasn't just eluded in this lifetime. It's been more than one lifetime that this alignment has eluded you, but it's being rectified now. Okay. I know we're going out there with this one, but this is how it's coming in. The energy was coming in almost like fantastical for the air signs. And I like it. It's good. This is the kind of energy that needs to come through. It's interesting because as I went to put the deck away, this card was sort of lingering behind. So yeah, I do feel like this oppositional energy is sort of like trying to plot a move. Let the games begin. I just heard, okay, there's some testing energy coming through here. Pretty wild. Okay, I'm going to do just like 3 cuts of the deck for this to just keep it nice and easy, because that's quite a download that's coming in there. But I do want to get you like your individual messages or clues that can help you navigate this territory as you step into surreality, so you can achieve 6 impossible things before breakfast. In fact, maybe that is the initiation challenge. Maybe you are meant to achieve 6 impossible things before breakfast. It almost like it enters your dream time space, almost through like visionary experience. It could come in like through dreams. It could come in through times when you're just sort of daydreaming or meditating, okay? The initial inspiration may come in that way, like you may be pulling it down from the ether, but it's like there's something about that where it sets things in motion and then you actually root it in material reality. 6 impossible things. Now, with these 72-hour reads, please do remember that it's an initiation of the energy, okay? So this energy signature is introducing itself. So be on the lookout here, but it will play out. And it seems like it's really coming through just as the download came in for you all, with a culmination point of the Aries new moon on the 29th of March, right? So what is going to be playing out during this cycle will start to introduce itself over the next 72 hours for your air signs. And I already shuffled this quite a bit, really imbued all of your energy into it, but I'm going to just shuffle a few more times here so you can see me doing that. And then we'll go ahead and cut these decks. Well, they are decks. It's 2 decks here combined. Whoop. Okay, that wants to present itself. A little more messaging wanting to come through here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. It all came in the light. This is all angels in the outfield coming through. Look at this. The hope of the star realized, big Aquarian energy, alignment with the North Node, getting through the long, dark tunnel, or perhaps making it through that wormhole to arrive at the potential of the star on the other side. It's like a Stargate energy. It brings balance, and there's protection here against attacks. So see, there's a lot of guardianship energy coming in. What does it bring? 6 of Wands. It brings victory. And it looks like you are doing a little hedge riding, a little Merc riding here. So it's sort of like you got 1 foot in reality and 1 foot in surreality here. But those lines will be blurred. It's almost like the dimensions are kind of merging and coming forward here into one path that leads you up to that North Star over the next 72 hours. And this little energy is going to be with you for a while. It says longevity. And again, it brings in the message about protection against any infirmities. And it says, God who took evil, God the just. Okay, so there's some justice that's being balanced out here, and some oppositional energy is being attended to. What does it bring? The miraculous chalice. It brings the Ace of Cups here. So now we have the Ace of Diamonds. We got an Ace of Cups too. Do you see? So there's 2 impossible things already presenting themselves in this read. This Ace of Cups brings rejuvenation. And again, it's bringing in this message of long life. What comes in here, it's not a flash in a pan. It's something that endures. Really wild. We got the Hermit coming in here too. Okay, so you're working these next 72 hours to separate the wheat from the chaff here. There is something that is being cut off. Time is up on something. And we do have that time theme coming in really strongly for you. And it may seem impossible to actually wrap this up. You may have had some sense of limitation. But with that Hermit energy and all the 9-degree energy that the new moons have been coming in on, this is really knowing how to work with this energy in a way that's almost like activating that Taliesin kind of energy, right? Because I also think of the rabbit, and I think of that transformational hunt. And this is significant too, because tomorrow, the 1st, is Imbolc, and it marks the point when we're halfway between winter and the cross-quarter point of spring equinox. 44:11 on the clock. Big alignment point for manifestation here. It means the light continues to build now. Things continue to quicken. It also brings new beginning energy. And it's very much associated with the goddess Breed. Some will call her Bridget, but in the old times, she went by Breed. And that's very much in alignment with that energy of Imbolc. It's that birthing energy. It's the first milk. It's that first nurturing coming in of the new growth, the new potential that will really be achieved, enacted, and stepped into alignment with in the spring. Okay, that Aries moon, right? The Aries new moon on the 29th. So it makes me think of Caradwin, okay? Because Breed has that cauldron of Awen, the fire of inspiration. It also brings forward that energy of the cauldron of Dagda and the healing and the way that just like that Ace of Cups, that miraculous chalice, it's just an ever-flowing source that just doesn't only nurture us, but it works through us to bring nurturing to others. There's this message here about that hunt that Caradwin goes on, right? When she chases Gwion and he shapeshifts. It is a very shapeshifty, kind of tricky sort of energy. And she does finally get her objective, right? She gets the objective. She finally captures Gwion. She turns into a hen. He's a grain. She consumes him. And then she gestates with his essence, basically. She gives birth to him. And then she casts him as Taliesin into the sea, into the ocean. So there might be something about this transfiguration process that really comes to a pivotal point when we have the Pisces new moon come in, which will also come in at 9 degrees here. There could be a Virgo also in connection with this situation. This is a process of alchemy and transformation that leads to wisdom. It's like the activation of your wizardry, your sorcery, your ability to pull from source to become the architect of your reality. And of course, with the Aquarian energy front and center, this is also a big collective energy right now. We're meant to dream. We're meant to dream a new way forward. We're meant to dream together. We're meant to have a shared collective dream. Remember, that's what puts us in a position of power here. It's a power that's shared. And there's something here about the passage of time. It says rules natural events and helps us with spiritual progress. This is beautiful energy. What does it bring? It brings judgment and the return of the light, the sun, the happiness. There's celebration here. There's restoration of life and protection from adversaries. There's also protection from those wild beasts of burden frothing at the mouth that could bite us and make us mad. We're all mad here, but there's a certain kind of mad that is a devolution kind of energy, and there's a certain kind of madness that's being overcome with the inspiration of Awen, the muse, that's more of a bardic sort of creative merrymaking. And I feel like that's the energy we're meant to dive into here, perhaps with a little tea party action. Of course, this is speaking on the grander scale as well. And oh yes, there's that new beginning we're looking for with the Ace of Pentacles. Do you see the warding energy around it? There is so much protection around the dawn, around the birthing of the dawn. It will not be stolen from us. There are divine blessings coming in here that drive away the evil spirits. And there's growth. There's growth that endures. Beautiful energy. Big springtime energy. And I told you, it's the wizardry coming forward. This is the magician, right? So this is awakening the wizard within, the sorcerer, the sorceress within, the magician, the high priestess. It's really taking on this energy of the alchemist, how you relate to it. And it's almost like you're pulling that aspect of yourself out from the ether as the muse, and you're becoming personified. You're becoming personified with it, and it's working through you. It brings spiritual wisdom and magic, and it helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. And remember, I got that message. the hidden secrets in the form of those cats that steer forward Freya's chariot there, guide it forward on its path. Cats hold that secret medicine, you see? Wow. All of that to come in. Okay. It really wanted to exemplify that for the collective message. So I do like that that came in, because I think that's a vision that collectively we all really need to hold right now. I've just been so enjoying diving into the energy recently. It's just a whole different flow since the Aquarius new moon. It does feel expansive. And yeah, there's challenges, there's heavy stuff, but I also feel way more tapped in to the call for expansion, to the call for moving into that revolutionary energy. And love is the evolution, you know? It's about moving out of that place of fear and into that place of love. Okay. All right. So with the secret energy that came in, you know, these black cards here, they can represent more shadowy aspects, certainly, but they can also just represent more secret things or more hidden things, okay? It is the occult tarot, and this is what we're using. It's a combination of the angel tarot and the occult tarot here, and we're going to divide it into 3 piles to get specific messages for each of you individual signs, okay, for Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And this can help you decipher some of the things that come onto your path in the next 72 hours and throughout this passage of time, throughout this journey that leads up to that new moon. It looks like a real activation point there in Aries that comes in on March 29th. That's when there's the real like planting of the seeds of the future. But in the meantime, you're achieving 6 impossible things before breakfast. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the cut of the deck first before I put up the banners. So the first pile I'm cutting here is going to be for Libra. They're going to go last. Okay. It's 5213 when I brought you in there, Libra. Okay. So yes, you are coming into some powerful luck here that will bring some transformation into your life. Second cut here is going to be for Gemini, 5235. Woo! A very, very lucky manifestation. Also brings empowerment with that 8 energy. Okay. And then Aquarius, 5249. 713, power, lucky, across the board, coming into some kind of luck that amplifies you. Wow. All right. I'm digging the vibes, man. We're going to start with Aquarius here. Real simple with this. We're going to look at the bottom of the deck energy. We're going to look at the top of the deck energy. We're going to do a cut. That's how we're going to do it for each of the signs. Really cool cycle you're kicking off here with your solar return, Aquarius. I will be doing your solar return read next week for you all. Okay, we'll get to that, get you some more details, even though we already did your year ahead, but we're going to do it quest style, so it'll switch it up a little bit. Okay, work with that imaginative energy a little bit more. Let's look at the bottom of the deck here. We also have the sun coming in here for you. Oh, see, there's that tricky character you need to be aware of, the shapeshifter energy that would like to blot out your sun, you know? It gives me that Apophis vibe, wants to steal the sun. It's this character. Don't let them foil you again, Aquarius. It's a tricky energy. It sees that you're rising up. It would like to convince you to trade places here. This is what you need to be aware of. You'll know this character when they come around because they make a lot of grandiose promises. They promise you rapid advancement. They promise you some kind of status. They may even promise you riches, and they are quite convincing here. They know how to spin their words, but make no bones about it. They do know that you are about to come into alignment with happiness here. And I feel this is really going to come to a head for you around the time of the full moon in Leo, because Leo is ruled by the sun. This is when you really want to be on the lookout for this energy and make sure you don't fall for it, because then you could end up in a position where that power that you're meant to come into alignment with can be stripped from you. So very important. You don't fall for this, whatever this is. Let's see what we got here. Top of the deck energy, we have King of Pentacles. Oh, I like that. So I don't think you are going to fall for it, because you did get that Jack of Diamonds energy coming in with the Ace of Diamonds, and it progresses, right? It progresses to the King of Diamonds. So it looks like you are not going to fall for it. You will not give up your crown here. You will be moving forward. You got the power and movement coming in with that horse energy there. And it says here, it turns any metal into gold. So you are quite alchemist. You are achieving the ability to transform your reality. It also will give you higher ranking here, I see, and maybe even a certain title. Maybe you are receiving a certain title. Very interesting. You're going to have the answers you've been looking for. I feel like you've been searching for answers for a while. It was 56:11 on the clock when I brought that in for you. All those things that you've wanted to know that have eluded you, all those secrets you've been seeking to crack the code on, they're going to come through for you. And you're going to know what you need to know about the past, present, and future. Do you see, like, the time thing is really weaving through your reality here? This is you definitely achieving your objective. It puts you firmly on the road to the stone of destiny. This is really good energy. So stay focused here when this tricky energy comes in around Leo full moon. Let's go ahead and get you a cut of the deck and see what we have here. Eight of Swords. Yes, yes, yes. Truth and justice shall prevail. And somebody who had their sights set on what was your rightful spot may have to have a little bit of a humbling experience as they're witnessing you come into alignment with this. You have protection from those who would oppose you here and those who would steal one's fortune. So this is good energy. I know you're going to be successful here. There's something that you kind of already paid your dues for, I got. And so now it's just a matter of you sort of uncovering those answers you need, or retrieving those keys, you could say, or puzzle pieces, so you can get a real picture of what is coming into view for you now, and not letting yourself be distracted. Oh yeah, look at that. You're moving forward here with the Knight of Wands. You're moving forward with passion and purpose. You got wings here. You know, isn't it funny? It's like the chariot wheel, right? It reminds me of the rune Reido that's associated with the wheel turning. It also reminds me, well, let me think for a moment. Jera. It also reminds me of Jera, which speaks of a full turning of the wheel of the cycle of time. So what starts now will come to a real fruition in this turning of the wheel for you. It usually is like a full turning of the wheel. So a full year. This is really a year of transformation for you, where you align with your passion and your purpose, and it all starts right now. You have so much protection and warding along the way. And there also may be some things that you had to do that perhaps could be compromising if they were discovered. Like, there may be some things you've had to do to bend the rules a little bit. Okay, it was 59:11 on the clock. So yeah, there might be a little something there you're balancing out. Okay. For that 59 energy, that's 14 energy, okay? Makes me think of temperance, okay? Something you might need to alchemize there. Could be something connected to a Sagittarius. You could have a strong Sagittarius placement. But whatever this is, I feel like you're getting a little lucky break here and you're getting away with it. It's almost like sometimes you have to go a little left to get things right. I feel like this is such a case because you are being saved and exiled here, because I feel like the way you're moving forward here, you're getting a little help. You're getting a little help from angels in the outfield, and they are protecting this movement forward, because it's almost like you had to deal with your fair share of the usual suspects, I have to say. And sometimes when you're dealing with tricky characters, you got to pull, some tricks out of your own bag in order to get around certain obstacles. And I see that that's what this is. But move forward, you will. There's a lot of transformation coming through here. And I also think that you're recognizing you're not held back anymore. What's coming through here is freeing you from certain prisons of the mind. And it just lightens you up. It gives you a whole different perspective of what's possible. And you got your chariot here. So this looks really, really good. Really good, okay? You're welcoming the dawn, you're bringing the dawn in, okay? And I'm almost seeing that chariot as the initiation of that, like Agni energy. Agni has a chariot that draws the sun across the sky, okay? So you're bringing in the sun. You have quite a responsibility, like you really are ushering in that light, Aquarius. With you holding down the Aquarian age here, you are bringing in that golden dawning of a new era. And you're bringing in that sun for more than just you. So you are leading that charge. This is a beautiful energy. There's so much protection around it. Looks really good, Aquarius, okay? I'm going to go ahead now. And I don't think I called out the time for Aquarius, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll get it on the replay and make sure I pin all of the timestamps for you all in the comments and put it in the description box. We are going to move on to Gemini now. Coming in at 1:02:11 on the clock. Big alignment energy. This is the beginning of you coming into alignment with another Gemini. I really feel there's a partnering energy here for you that feels very beautiful. Oh, yes. Look at that. Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Ooh, little dreamy romance vibes there. Oh, yes. Causes all the love that may be, both of men and women. So, yes, this is love coming into your life. You coming into alignment with a very special soulmate. It does have a little bit of valor energy to it. Maybe you've wanted a little bit of that. Maybe you've wanted that, like, knight in shining armor. Maybe you've seen the potential for that. Maybe somebody's finally recognizing that potential in themselves. That's how it's coming through. This is an invitation to move forward into a brand new chapter in a love story with another, I feel. That's how it's coming in for you, Gemini. Ooh, this is nice. What's on the top of the deck here? Two of Cups. Wow. Big soulmate energy. This is something that I feel like you're really willing to defend here too. With the alligator medicine coming through, I think that you've had to really kind of submerge yourself into some heavy territory. You've been looking at what's sort of beneath the surface within yourself. I think there's been another that's been through the same process too. You've been looking at subconscious motivations. Some of you have been looking at trauma patterns and how they've influenced just sort of like combativeness or sort of need to be really shielded and protected and at the ready, which hasn't really allowed you to really let this love story in that wants to come in for you. But alligator medicine is also about knowing the right moment to sort of take that leap towards what one wants. Okay. It is about biding your time. And it's also about digesting our experiences. And so we know there's something you're wrapping up here. I feel like you are digesting some old emotions, you're digesting some old experiences. You may be digesting the old love story so a new chapter can begin. This is beautiful. And again, it says it's the same message, like amplified. It says causes the love of women to men and of men to women. This is you coming into alignment with somebody who may have also been sort of having their defenses up around you, right? But it's because you both have been kind of moving through this energy. There really could be like a past connection here, or who you're coming into alignment with shares a very similar love history that you've been through. So you kind of mirror each other in that way. But I feel like this is a really dynamic connection. And there's a beautiful opportunity for a lot of healing and a lot of growth and that kind of love that you've wanted. And it looks like this is a love that you're going to stand for. Both of you will. And where there is work to be done, it feels like, let's get in it together. Like, let's get dirty. Let's get in it together. And I think this is really beautiful energy. Wow, Gemini. Let's do a cut of the deck and see what we got here for you. All right. Knight of Swords. Ooh, yes. Okay, so this is a declaration of love. This is somebody coming forward. They've let down the drawbridge. They're showing up completely transparent. They're pouring out their heart to you. They're expressing their love. The communication is, ooh. I mean, we know there's that tricky energy that may want to block this, okay, Gemini? But you have the ability to overcome this. With the Knight of Swords here in relation to love, this is about the lines of communication opening. This is about really working with that energy of Jupiter in your sign. It's a new kind of communication. I feel like the way the communication comes through, it may seem impossible to you because it's just so unguarded. It's so defenseless. There also is growth that's protected here. And there may be a component that connects to children, okay? So this could be a child you share with this person, or this may be a child that you will have together. This could be a love child you have together. This could also be the birth of a brand new beginning, something that your energies collaborating bring into the world together. If you share a child with this person, there may have been some kind of bone of contention in the past. This might tip you off, where you were a little bit in disagreement about the raising of the child. And you may have felt that like one person played good cop and the other played bad cop. And that sort of put you in a position where you felt like the child was disrespectful towards you. And I feel like there is something being seen in a case like that where this person's coming around to your point of view and you're getting on the same page with this, okay? That just coming in as a side note for somebody out there. But this will move you forward swiftly. And I see a lot of communication picking up, unguarded communication. What do you got on the other side here? Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. Wow. Lot of rapid movement forward. I think somebody recognizes that, they might have been a little, too full of themselves back there. I do feel like they're acknowledging it, and there's this like transparency. There's like this, taking away all the layers of artifice to get down to the heart of the matter. And this person's loyal. This person's loyal to you. I do feel, though, that you should be aware, okay, when this comes in, I would really just sort of keep this between the two of you. And if it's somebody new, don't be so quick to announce this new love in your life to others, okay? Give it time to grow and develop, because I do feel like there are people, I don't know why I got this. You could have a friend who's particularly vain that you have around you, that maybe they think that they should be the center of attention, or they might have like a little bit of this quality, like where they kind of like to see if they can swipe someone from you, as a way to stroke their ego. Okay, so just keep it to yourself here, all right? Also, if you dealt with a situation where you felt somebody betrayed you on that level, and this is somebody coming back around who sort of, sees the error of their ways, they recognize that, they sort of chased after fool's gold and you're the real thing here. Don't gloat about it. I feel like if you gloat about it, you're going to invite in like a certain enmity here that could cause potential problems, right? So just keep this between the two of you. There's something about really keeping the intimacy intact, letting this be a safe space for you to sort out things together. 11108 on the clock. It's really important, okay? Powerful message coming in there, right? Because there are people that will want to know, like, about what's going on with you guys. What are you talking about? What's happening? No, and if anybody comes around snooping, just, keep it under wraps. And, I recommend, just with the way it's coming through for you, that you approach it in much the same way as this, suitor is approaching you. Just be very transparent and say, you know what? I don't really want to share. I don't want to share. That's intimate. I'm keeping my personal life private. Right? Lay down a boundary line. I think you kind of need to call people out. You know what I mean? Let them know when they're snooping too much. Let them know when they're stepping over the line. I think that's very important. 11211 on the clock there. Yeah, this could be like a hidden frenemy, type of energy you've been dealing with that kind of like 12th house energy coming in there, right? It could be something you've dealt with before. Just be mindful of that. I think it's important, Gemini, okay? All right. And finally, Libra coming in at 11234. All right. I think that you're besting a particularly difficult influence there that may have had you on karmic spin cycle for a while, Libra. You're getting some new beginning here. Ooh, big Stone of Destiny energy here. Flying all the way up to that north node. You got the 10 of Cups. Beautiful energy. Ooh, yes. And rocking and rolling. It comes in with a lot of power. It might really shake things up. It says creates love between man and woman, creates thunder and great storms. Oh, yeah, it'll stir things up. Gives answers on divine secrets, okay? This is a potent connection coming in here, but I feel like I just got there might be like a little controversy with this connection coming in. There might be a bit of a tower energy. I feel like it's more a tower for others, right? It brings storms for others, and those others may try to bring this down. I do feel like you dealt with this oppositional energy in the past. But see, it's like you're getting wings here. It's like you're rising above the opposition. It gives you a certain advantage here that allows you to just go straight to that north node energy. It's the promise on the other side of the storm. You already went through a certain tower. Now you're getting the tower of power. It's like a tables turning moment here. I like that energy, Libra. What do we got on the top here? Ooh, Ace of Swords. That's the truth. And look at that griffin sent by an evil wizard to try to steal your stone of destiny. Oh, they're about to get washed out to sea. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There might be a temptress or a tempter that comes on the path to try to pull you two apart. That's what I see here. Okay. They might want to try to come in between the two of you with what's coming in here, because it says inflames men with women's love and women with men's love. See, I feel like this connection, like everything coming through around this connection is like it stirs up a lot. It's electrifying. It's fiery. You know, there's an intensity here coming in, but it is the truth with the Ace of Swords. It is Frog Rock. And I also feel like you're going to get some answers too, to some secret things that you've been unable to suss up to this point, like why the interference? Blockage. I just heard ding, 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 ding. It's like double jeopardy, Libra. The stakes are high, but you got Fraggle Rock. With the Ace of Swords, you got Fraggle Rock. You got the answer. You know right where to point the tip of that sword, and you will pull it from its sheath. And it's not you getting washed out to sea here. It is this griffin energy, okay? Griffin sent in by a wizard, hell-bent on stealing some treasure marked for you. I do feel like this character works with seduction, all right? They are very quick to be ready to like jump in bed with someone as a way to like act as a lure to pull their interest away from you. But I don't think it's going to be possible. I don't think it's going to be possible. Not with the Ace of Swords coming in there. Not with the Ace of Swords. Not with the Ten of Cups on the bottom. Okay. I think you're already aware of this. Well, the Griffin has wings too. So the Griffin may feel like, well, yeah, well, you know what? I can get airbound too, but it looks like they're sure clinging to that rock for dear life as the waves encroach, okay? So I'm really curious to see what's on your split here, Libra. This is something you need to be mindful of with this character here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to bring a battle. Ooh, you got crocodile medicine coming in here. I like that. Salty croc. There be crocodiles in that ocean water there. All right. Yeah, you know, crocodile medicine is initiation medicine, I have to say. In fact, there could be some kind of like Egyptian component here, an Egyptian past life, a karmic cycle. Or there could be somebody who works with, you know, that kind of magic. You know what I'm saying? Connected here. There's some connection there with Egypt, because I'm really thinking about the initiation that the high priestess used to have to go through back in ancient Egypt. You know, they would take them to the Nile and they would have to swim with the crocodiles, all right? And that was part of the initiation. So this kind of energy front and center there. And we do see this character that's ready for battle is riding in on a crocodile. So they got an initiation in store for them. This is very initiatory energy. But where there's been some kind of social politics, okay, in a situation you've dealt with here, you are going to be able to overthrow this. You're going to bring a certain earthquake here, I have to say. You're accessing a certain secret language here, a certain language that's able to call in sort of a tower of power awakening from below. That's what I got. I'm hearing that Carole King song. I feel the earth move right under my feet. I see the sky tumbling down, tumbling down. Ooh, interesting. It says it returns those who have run away. They might have to go through an initiation to get to you, I have to say. You got crocodiles guarding that moat, Libra, okay? I think this person's willing to go the distance, though, with the Five of Wands. It also brings about passion, okay? I know this is an electrifying connection here. This person may have to say the secret password in order to find the way through to your heart, right? They have to jump over a divide caused by a tower of power, caused by the earth moving beneath their feet, the sky tumbling down, okay? But it is overthrowing some kind of almost like social politics, some kind of situation that was causing a lot of division here, all right? Interesting medicine. And crocodiles, they have a similar medicine as the alligator there. So there's something to digest here as well. And it's the same kind of influence, like knowing the right moment to strike, knowing the right moment to go for it here. But the one thing that crocodiles have over alligators is, they can move through both waters. They're not just limited to the fresh water there. They can move into the sea as well. Right? So this is definitely a very expansive energy. And again, it brings in that quality of the hunt, okay? The hunt. So maybe you're finally catching that one that was running away. This is almost like the exemplification of that hunt, that chase of Caradwin and Gwion. Maybe you are, finally casting them into the sea, and they're returning. They're going through a transformation. There's been some kind of real alchemical process that's happened here. Somebody is returning to you transformed. At one point, they were running from you, but now they have a different view. There might be quite a lot of lively banter with this character. I'm picking up with the Five of Wands. There's also something playful here. Like, it feels like a little bit of sparring, but it's playful. 1:22:27 on the clock. Yes. It's an Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, it's a little mischievous, kind of jester sort of energy here. I feel like you both kind of walk this path. But it says gives all worldly power and treasures and makes one rich quickly. So, wow. This is a really cool energy. So I feel like you're passing the test of a trickster here. And you're obtaining quite the new beginning here with that Ace of Pentacles. I love it. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Your stone of destiny is assured. You know what that's saying to me? It's like you're getting what you need for healing here. It's like there's something you're healing here. You're dispelling some illusion. There's something you're seeing through. It's got that energy, the mutability to be able to, move between the brackish and then entering the energy of, the ocean and the purification and the returning to source and the transformation and the bringing of new life that comes in with that, right? So it feels like there's that electrifying energy that comes in with the Spear of Lu. And it brings the truth. It brings the answers you seek. But it also gives you the power to be able to pull the sword from the stone. So this is like destiny on lock. I like it. The road is opening here. Very cool. Yeah, and somebody else here. I do feel like somebody's going to try to make a swipe here. I don't think they're going to be successful. They tried to cling to it, but maybe they got left behind by one who's returning to you now.
They're letting them figure out how they're going to navigate those waters. I don't know why I got this, but even one who has perhaps foiled you in the past or worked against you in the past, I think they're getting the benefit of some kind of spiritual transformation here too. I think it's an initiation for all involved. I got initiation for 3, but your true path is coming into alignment here. It looks really good. All right, this was really fun. I'm excited for this energy to roll out. I would love to hear, what comes up for you all. If you care to share, right? It's okay to keep things to yourself too. But if you feel like sharing your experience, sometimes it's really cool. You bring things in the comments, you're like, oh my gosh, that dings for me too. Or I had that come in as well. Or I had a synchronicity that really lines up with that. It's really cool how the collective energy can kind of merge and we can create storylines together too. So if you feel like sharing, I hope you bring it in on the comments. And thank you again for being the highest viewing collective over the past month. And it felt really good to bring this energy in for all of you. And I think it's a great energy to come in because it's really an energy the whole collective can benefit from with that new moon that just came in. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And I enjoyed diving into the energy, and I'm excited to work with this myself. So stay tuned. Impossible is about to become possible in the blink of an eye.